of things I like to listen. So for this, I think this song is good.
Great. Awesome. I'm really glad that you enjoyed. Sorry, Ricardo. Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, Ricardo. Today we're not gonna have, we didn't have Iron
Don't worry.
Maidens or
Don't worry.
metal songs, okay? Today we switched to Britney, a little pop
I
music
love I
from
love I love Brittany. Is a wonderful girl, and I don't talk just about the beauty. I talk about the music too. I love this kind of music. It's a
Yeah,
little weird.
she's
Yeah, I love another kind of rock, and I believe that. But I like pop music too.
yeah, she's really talented. I love her, especially this song that says and speaks about some really important things. But it's from the early 2000s. I don't know if you guys could see about the style of the clothes, right? Pretty this the style of the early
Yeah.
2000s. Right. So hello YouTube, and for those who will be watching us, I'm Ana Laura. I will be your hostess today. Here with me we have Jessica, Camila, Julia, Jefferson, and Ricardo. And just before we keep moving to the immersion itself, let me explain how TNT works for those who doesn't know us yet and will be watching us maybe. So TNT, we are a community where we came here to communicate in foreign language, right? Not just English, there are also Spanish, Italian, and French, if I'm correct. The live meetings, like these ones, are not classes, right? Are immersions. I'm not a teacher. I'm not here to correct anyone. There's no material or homework. We are here just to have a nice chat about a topic that I brought. Every week is a different one, right? Um, that's the main point. Practice our speaking in order to build confidence, achieve the dream fluency, right? To become more confident to speak in English. But if you have interested to have some classes, have a material, have someone supporting you with a much closer way, you can check all the available plans in our website, talkandtalk.com.br. This is it. We can continue talking about the topic. So today we just listened to a Britney song called Overprotected, right? It's kind of really related to what she passed through, right? About uh, this contest of being a young girl in the spotlight and becoming famous and being judged all the time. But I, when I was listening to it, I realized that she mentioned something that people will struggle um, in in everyone can have the same experience of her in different levels and in different contests. But yeah, we I believe that we all kind of someday feel the same as her, and that's why I brought this topic. So I believe, let me see, we are in one, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, maybe we're gonna have to split us in smaller rooms. Everybody can see the questions, right? We have 10 questions on the chat. Let me see. Breakout room. Yes, yes. Mm. I'm gonna split us in three, three. Okay. Let me just move to. Okay. Yes, yes. So I'm gonna have to open one room. Okay. Guys, if you have any problems, please hit the button ask for help and I will go after you. Remember to be respectful with each other, right? with the other's opinion and time to speak, so everyone can have an enjoyable experience here. Okay, and I will bring you guys back an hour around 9:50. Okay, bye bye. If you didn't receive an invitation, it means you're gonna stay here with me in the main room. So we're gonna have here with me Camila and Jefferson, right? Yeah. This is it. So Jessica and Julia, could you accept the invitation, please? Okay. Yeah, now we are just the three of us. So guys, let's get started. Maybe we could start presenting ourselves and also answering question number 1, that is about what does personal freedom mean to you and how does it influence your daily life? Can you start this one, Jefferson, please?
Okay, my friend, good morning, YouTube. Good morning, TNT. I'm Jefferson. I live here in Goiânia, Goiás. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás. It's a pleasure to be here to talk about self-awareness. And the first question, what does personal freedom mean to you? And how does it influence your daily life? I think personal freedom is very important because it involves recognizing comprehensive one's own thoughts, the way we talked about a lot of things about the reality, about the relation with the other person, about economics, politics, and other things. And what else? You can have involves two emotions, like the music of Whitney Britters. What's the name there? The girl, Whitney.
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears. Yeah, Britney Spears. It's very interesting about the emotion, the self-protect. You must to take care about this, and it's very important to how to lead or to tackle with emotions every day. Sometimes you are down, sometimes you are up. How to lead or to tackle with this. And what else? You can talk about strengths too, and weakness that you have every day, daily. We work with a lot of things. And you can think about values too. You have a lot of values. Sometimes you have values when you believe in that religion or that party or that kind of culture and so on. And just to finish, like the music, you must think about beliefs. What kind of beliefs now, and you change your beliefs by the reality.
Love it. Yeah, you said it all. You nailed it. Talking about the emotions and personal beliefs as well, right? And and doing it and developing it the way that you prefer, right? And that is best for you, right? Without being judged or misdirected, right? It's really important. Thanks, Jefferson. What about you, Camila? Can you present yourself and share your thoughts about question number 1?
Yes. Hi, good morning. I'm Camila. I'm from Rio. I'm a designer, UX designer, researcher. And I'm here to speak more English, like, be more, speak more English from my English. I would say, I don't remember the word. It's like à vontade, be more à vontade with talking English. And what does personal freedom mean to me? I think is to feel secure, confident about myself. If I'm walking on the street, or if I'm talking in public, or if I have company, this like to relate with the world and people, and it depends, yeah, from the context. We can feel threatened by violence, or we can be threatened by the way people express yourselves. It can be we can have lots of situations that we can feel that we are not free. I think even can be a internal feeling of insecurity. Like I remember that when I was in university, I had a friend that used to tell that she felt very free when she was alone in the bus by the window, seeing people pass and passing through the city, and she felt that she had a life of her own. I think it's also when we grow up, we change a lot, and sometimes we feel that we are not adults. This can make us feel insecure also, because I think it's very problematic to be son of someone, because people want to protect you. But we have to learn and feel life by our own way of feeling and doing things. And I think I'm learning with this also. I don't know if this ends someday, or if you are all your life learning how to be you, because we are always changing. But I think is that for me.
Love it. You nailed it, girl. I loved your answer. You talk about a lot of important things. Really interesting when you mention about your friend and about this internal feeling or sensation that we have, right? Sometimes we are in general, or for the other people, way to see we have freedom, but some people feel like trapped inside themselves because they have a lack of confidence, or don't feel strong enough to do their own stuff, make their own decisions, right? Really funny. And I felt like your friend when I was teenager, and the first time that I went uh, for somewhere without my mom, and I take a bus, and I am an adult right now. I'm by my own. But yeah, you mentioned something that it's really important as well, because I also have this kind of feeling about, uh, I'm even though I'm a grown up, I'm an adult, but sometimes, oh, uh, we kind of feel like this because we are changing all the time, right? And sometimes I don't feel ready enough to do such things, but it's something that we must, it's a process. Maybe we'll never learn completely someday. Maybe Jefferson, with his experience, could say for us. Let me just ask you, Camila, how old are you? I forgot.
I never told. I'm
Oh,
like
okay,
gonna be.
sorry.
No, I can't say. I am
Why not?
age. I'm 33, because everybody thinks I'm younger, and I always frustrated about that. Like I have 33. Come on,
Yes, yes. Thanks for sharing. But yeah, I'm 27. We are almost at the same age, but I can say that we are on the same page of this perspective. Thanks for sharing. So let me see. About me, I believe that you guys already know me, right? But I'm Anna. I'm 27, as I said before. I live in Barueri, in the metropolitan region of São Paulo. What else? I live with my boyfriend. I work with quality control in the food industry, a chocolate industry. Let me see. Yeah, that's pretty much me. Yeah, and I'm love being here, talking about different stuff, meet different people, and have a nice talk, a nice chat with everyone, and think about these things of life. Yeah, I love doing this. Let me see. So about question number one, I agree with all of you guys that I believe that you 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 mentioned about some pretty important stuff about freedom. And Camila also mentioned something about feeling not just about confidence, but secure itself, like about violence, because sometimes we don't do something because we feel threatened or are like scared to do something, especially here in Brazil, depending on the time, right, and the place that you are living, and that's something that is important to think. But yeah, let's keep moving. This one I'm really curious to know about question number two. Can you start this one, Jefferson?
Yes, yes, of course, my friend. Reflecting your past experience, what moments have taught you to the most about yourself? Moments, two important moments. The first one is like Ana Laura is single, a lot of boyfriends, and travel a lot, and ballads, dance, and drink, and so on. And you have to decide to change your life. How you change your life when you get married. And it's not so easy. It's a difficult decision, but you must to have this kind of decision. And I think I decided right away that why I'm living with my wife for 30, 38 years, 38 years of marriage now, just one woman. Just it's very rare with my friends, all of them divorced, but it is a important moment because you need to decide about the future to live together. It's not so easy. You have ups and downs. As I said, you have a lot of about thoughts, emotions, strength, weakness, values, beliefs, and so on. But you need to construct your life. This is the the first moment. And the second moment for me that I reflect a lot was in the pandemic COVID-19 as a professor with relation in person with all the students all the time, talk about a lot of things and a lot to hug, to kiss, to see by the eyes with the students. And so everything changed in my life. Teaching online, terrible situation. You can imagine you teaching here in the other side, you can see nobody. I like to talk to, I don't know who is the other side. You can't, it's terrible, but we spend almost 1 hour and a half in this situation. But it's very important because after this pandemic, I think I gain insights into my certain things that happen, and they impact a lot about myself and the others to think about them, the way to tackle, and I have more patience now to tackle with the students. The situation isn't not so good yet because I have some students with problems. They got they had COVID-19 terrible situation, but we need to tackle about this. And all the time I reflect about this and how will be the future. We need to prepare. When will be the next pandemic? I really don't know. So you must think about this and to be. I'm calm down guy, but now I'm more now. That's it.
Great. So for Jefferson, he picked marriage and COVID-19. Yeah, this last one changed
And you will
a
be
lot.
married, and you are living your boyfriend, and I hope you get married as soon as possible. I
Yeah.
don't know. I really don't know.
My parents used to say that we are already married because we are living together. My mom says all the time, "Oh, because you're a husband." Mom, he's not my husband. He's my boyfriend.
It's namorido in Portuguese. Namorido.
Isso. Yes, absolutely. Like an namorado, I could say. But maybe because uh I don't know, maybe in the future, because it's really expensive, like to marriage, to get a marriage. But maybe someday, yeah. And you, Camila, I'm curious to know, can you share a little bit about this experience?
I'm
That
thinking a lot about, I think it's a difficult question. Like, I thought, uh, reflect on your past experience. What moment have you taught you the most about yourself? That I uh, thought is like I learned or I think it. Uh,
you learned,
was
it's like,
I learned? Oh, okay,
yeah,
that's
you learned about yourself.
what's yourself. Oh, in the beginning, I was thinking like in how can I say marcos, like time periods that I think was very remarkable for me. But now I like that I learned about myself. I think always when we change place, we have to live with someone else, and that can be a friend or a loving person of our life. I think we learn a lot. So I think when I went out home and uh, got I don't know if we say the same way in English that we say in Portuguese, like I began to live with my friends, to share a place with my friends. And I
Yeah.
was beginning on working. I was left from university recently. I think I learned a lot about myself. And after this, when I lived with my ex-boyfriend also, and it was in the same time of pandemic, so I learned a lot. Like living together, like only with him.
All the time, not leaving the house for nothing.
And it was a very tiny house, so I learned a lot in this period. And I think after that, when I went to live by my own, like I didn't share it with nobody. So this change for living with your family, like mom and how can I say irmão, brother, brother, and after that living with friends, and I didn't know them. I went to live with girls that I didn't know, but I became friend. They are my
Oh, okay.
friends, so I was a very lucky girl to
But
like.
in the beginning, they were strangers for you. Yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning they were strangers to me, but I was lucky because they were very cool, you know. And I was living in Botafogo, that is a neighborhood, very young neighborhood here in Rio. And today is very cool to live in Botafogo, like all young people are tipo, going out in Botafogo. New York Times said that the street of Botafogo is one of the most cool streets of the world. I don't think so. Okay. But for me, it was like discover myself, like with friends that are more girlfriends, not girlfriends like romance, but that are girlfriends that are girl, because I always had the unconscious preference by be friends of men. I felt more confident with men, and I have to live with other girls. For me, that was very nice. You know, like it was like self-esteem, but you know,
Boost.
going up and going out, and it was very cool. So I think all of these moments for me were very like I learned about myself and develop to be who I am today. Like very different when I was before, you know.
Yes, I loved it. Yeah, and I could say that my answer is very similar to Camila because we experience kind of the same stuff. Like I would pick from my past experience when I lived my mom's house when I went to college, and then I lived in a like I don't know how to say this expression in English, you know, in República with other girls. And then, as Camila mentioned, when you live with other people and the daily routine, and you know, when you live with them, you learn a lot about people, about yourself, right? And so it was a tough time because I was by my own and with a lot of different girls from me, but it was pretty nice as well. I had good moments with them, and also I could say my first job, right? Um, I could say that at the time I was a little bit immature, you know, and then when I lived and I and learned about not about only about, you know, professional things, but about how to express myself, how to deal with colleagues and other people's, you know, interests and and you know how to share things and how do you trust in people or not, right? So I could say also my first job, and I would pick uh, of course, living also alone. There was a time that I got my second job, and then I had to move again, and I was all by myself. I lived uh, alone. It taught me a lot of things because, like Camila mentioned, it's different when you are living with someone else because you have you and you and only you. It, it's a little bit lonely. It was lonely, but it was, you know, an enriched experience, you know. So let's keep moving. Maybe let me see. Oh, this one is complex. I'm curious to know. Hey, Jefferson, about question number 6. What do you think about question number 6?
Okay, how can you develop independence while also recognize the importance of living with a community? I never live in a community. I never lived in a community like you and Camila. But I did my doctorate in Brasilia, and then I lived alone 3 years, even marriage with 2 daughters. I lived there, and I think it was a very very good experience. I live in my own apartment, but all my friends in other apartments, and we talk a lot. We spend almost the day studying, talk about culture, talk about music, hanging out and drinking beer and doing a lot of things the whole week. And at the weekend, I return to my home, to Goiânia. To Goiânia. I think it's very interesting because because you tackle with different situation. In my case, I studied in the UNB, and I have a lot of friends from Argentina, Colombia, Peru, Uruguay, El Salvador, United States. What else? One from French, one from German. It's very very interesting because I learned a lot about the different kinds of cultures, different kind about thoughts, and different kinds of emotions. Emotions, it's not so easy. I remember emotion. You have a lot of boys and girls ups and down all the time, terrible. And I learned a lot about values. It's so different. You think about the value of your country, about the values of Argentina, about Colombia, and French and German, so different. And just to finish, and I think I changed a lot about beliefs, because when you think about another country like Argentina, Colombia, El Salvador, etc., you have some kind of image by books, by films, or like music too. Né? You have a lot of interest singers, especially women singers. But you when you talk about the person, about your country, about cultures, it's very interesting, and you change a lot. And for me, it was just to finish the amazing experience because I have a lot of prejudice about some countries, and now I'm very open minded about all of them.
Awesome. So just to be clear, when I mention here about community, I would say that it's community in general, because we are human beings, we are social animals. Like that's what I meant as saying community. But I didn't know that you lived, even married, you lived alone for 3 years for studying or doing your doctorate, right? That you mentioned. That must be a tough time, right? You miss your family a lot. I believe that, but I'm glad that you go went through, and now you're back and live with them, right? And really interesting that you said that you have this experience with people with so different nationalities, and you mentioned about, right, prejudice and the different values, right, that you learned, and um, about yourself and seeing the other guys, right? I love it. Thanks for sharing, Jefferson. And you, Camila, how would you answer question number 6?
Can I read again because I'm thinking also how to answer. How can we develop independence while also recognizing the importance of living within a community? I think the first thing that went through my mind now was also to change culturally of place, because I think we think more about how we are acting when we are like an uncomfortable place of somehow in a different culture is an uncomfortable place because we don't know how to act like it's not like, oh, I know that if I do or say that everybody's going to accept, because everybody behave like this in Brazil. We are used to uh, do certain things, say, like to behave of some kind, and even with when we don't think about that, I think we are doing because it's not uncomfortable, like we are not afraid what we are going to do. So I think when I went to I studied 2 months in an English school in South Africa, and there I have the opportunity to meet people from places of the world that I don't didn't even thought that I could meet. Like it had a person from Iran, another person from Mozambique, another person from Turkey. It was very different, and I couldn't imagine that South Africa could have so many different cultures. Like I think here in Rio, I can see that we have more immigrant people that we used to have in the past, and this is a very interesting phenomenon because we see, I think, people from African countries also, like when we go to the beach, and we see also people from Latin American countries. So very interesting. But when I was studying in the school, I what we have a how can I say, desfile. Uh, we had a desfile in the school that was, we have to desfilar. No, you can choose if you want or not, but it was cool because everybody participated, and we had to choose a well-dressed like clothes, beach clothes, and because I was in Cape Town, that is a beach city, and also I think like casual clothes, and the people with your culture like parade, like and it was very nice and was very different, and I felt uncomfortable because I walked through, but it was very cool, and I to know that each one felt in choose to dress different from your own place to feel good about yourself, like it was respectful to understand the different culture, uh, dress in different ways, and to express that.
Love it. So you went to Cape Town, right? Love it. So, and you have this opportunity to meet people from all these different nationalities. Interesting. Love it. Yeah. But let me check. I don't know if I get it correctly. you put the clothes that you are used to, like the Brazilian way, or you put the other different uh clothes of a different culture? I didn't.
My clothes, so I walked by bikinis.
So
And
in front of everybody? Oh, you are brave.
yeah,
I by myself I couldn't do it.
but I think we had Mozambique that's not so different. I think the girl wasn't a Muslim girl, so I felt more
Oh.
secure than to walk by and I had another Brazilian because Brazilians are everywhere. you know. So I didn't
Good.
so uncomfortable. It was funny. It was a way to know difference because everybody was uncomfortable. So you can relate, to be is uncomfortable.
Got it. And even the Turkey guy or girl, he wasn't Muslim that you mentioned, right? There was no Muslim because I don't know, they kind of feel offended, right? Of you wearing like beach clothes, bikini and sunga.
So
I don't know how to say sunga in
they,
English.
he walked and he was very chic. He
Yeah.
wear
Oh.
clothes of brands like he was very poor,
With
and
like fancy brands,
yeah,
like
clothes. Uh, I don't know, Prada, he was very elegant person, and he was also, how can I say, vaidoso. He was very vaidoso. So he went through I don't know if it's parade or he walked by, but the girls from Iran, they don't. They
yeah.
stayed without. I even don't remember if there were there, but the boy he went through to, and it was very cool. He was very confident. Today, I think he is a university professor in teacher in London, and at that time.
Oh,
Yeah, he developed much of himself. He had an objective because his English wasn't very good, but he had a focus.
oh, love
Mhm.
it. Yeah, that's a good thing, right? Achieving his goals and improving about having this opportunity of being a professor in an important and different country. Love it. Uh, let me see, guys. Yeah, we still have a little bit of time. Uh, maybe we can go. Let me see. Um, oh, Jefferson, I want to know from you, you as an experienced guy, about question number 3. How do you define self-awareness and what practice do you engage in cultivate it? Can you help us, me and Camila?
Yeah, the self-awareness when you understand a lot yourself. It's very important to think about yourself, about your thoughts, about your emotions, about the strength, about your weakness, your values and beliefs, and so on. It's very important to tackle with all these kind of things. And what practice do you engage to cultivate it? I try to do this. I try to do this. Like, for example, about empathy. As I said, most of the time I have empathy. I try to facilitate empathy toward others to understand the others, the others' perspective, feelings, and experience. I try to be authentic. I think it's very important to be authentic, huh? Align my actions with the other decisions. I think it's very important too. And just to finish about conflict resolution, when you think about the role in conflict resolution as self-awareness individuals, and this can manage their emotions and perspective during disagreement, for example.
Yes, yes. Okay, Jefferson is leaving for a moment. But yeah, he mentioned about empathy, conflict resolution, right? There are things that are really important, and I believe that helped you to like manage these social interactions, right? And be aware of yourself, right? But something that I don't know with Camila feels the same. Maybe especially the girls feels like this, because you wanna maybe girls and maybe the teenagers feel a lot of these kind of things. Like you wanna fit in, you wanna please someone, maybe your parents, right? And you accept a lot of things. But something that I'm still learning, it's like the lyrics that Brittany mentioned. Like I tell people what I like, what I want, or what I don't. Be more clear and limit, put be more clear about these boundaries, right? Sometimes I wasn't clear about what I like or what I want, and I did, or I let people did something to me that it was not good. And I believe that I'm still developing this sense of self-awareness, but I think that it's really important to manage these boundaries about you and the others. How do you feel about that, Camila? Have you ever feel the same? I don't know.
The first thing I thought about this is uh, to cry. I'm learning how to feel my emotions and accept them, because sometimes you
Yeah.
hide from yourself what you are feeling, so you can't even tell for the other person how do you feel, because you don't want to feel bad about yourself. And sometimes you are feeling bad about yourself because how, as you said, someone crossed the line with you. But sometimes we have to to express confidence, even if we pass through situations that we don't agree. So it's difficult how to be how to pass through, and I think in the beginning I was like feeling numb somehow, like okay, just okay. Sometimes like ignored, or this was the way that I expressed that I wasn't pleased about the situation, because it's confused, because if you express some way, you are going to be rejected, or you are angry, like, it's different, it's difficult how to place in this kind of situations, so I think now I'm dealing more with my emotions and trying to express them. Like I think in a certain way, I still think that you can't be so soft about how to express, how to show up yourself to other people, because uh, it depends on the people. But this to be with your own and express your emotions, I think is important also to understand what are you passing through.
Absolutely, you nailed it, girl. it's important. Something that we didn't mention, but you said about recognizing your own feelings, right? Accept it. Oh, I am angry. I am sad with this situation or what happened. It's an important thing of the process, right? Recognizing it. Love it. Thanks for sharing, Camila. So let's welcome back the guys from the breakout room. Hey, Jessica, how was the conversation? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was very cool. The guys were really nice people. We talk about a lot of things. Yeah, it was a really nice conversation.
Let me, I'm really glad that you said that you like it. Let me ask you a question. I don't know if you guys reached this one, but I'm curious to know about question number 10. Do you agree when Brittany says that mistakes are an important part of the process of self-awareness? And how do you deal with your own mistake currently?
Yeah,
Can you
I
share
think
a little bit?
we're not fighting. We're not inside the question. We're stopping the number 5. But yeah, I agree. I agree. I think we just can be better if through mistakes. So it's part of the self growth, and it's something that I was struggling too much because I was not thinking to do the things where I now feel like perfect, that like when I now feel like I able to do 100% of this. But I think you just can be better. You just can learn in the things through mistakes. And yeah, I think I totally agree with this. And yeah, how I face mistakes now is trying to take it easy with myself and not judging me so much and cheated me so much. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, girl. Yeah, usually the majority of people we are so hard on ourselves, not with the others, right? But we are put a lot of pressure. Oh, how I did that. I can't make mistakes, but they are like an important part of the process, so you can learn to do better, right? It's a it's a process. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. Hey, Ricardo, how was the conversation?
That's nice. That's nice. That's a great opportunity to talk about ourselves, understand us better, and well, receive some tips about other people too, because sometimes we face uh, some problems in our lives, and sometimes another people could bring us our other expectative, other perspective. I really,
Yeah.
I make a mistake, and it's
Okay.
a wonderful to talk with Jefferson again because he's a very wise and wonderful guy.
Yeah, he was giving to me
Thank you
and
for
Camila
having
some
me.
advices.
Sucatão,
Sucatão.
é,
The best thing of the world.
yeah, exactly.
Love it. Thanks, Ricardo. So,
Thank
guys,
you.
unfortunately, we our time together is over. I will have to close the meeting. I would love to keep going and talking about it, this topic with you, but I will have to close the meeting, right? But before I do it, I must share some links with you. So the first one is for the survey. So if you guys could go there, put your honest feedback about me, about this meeting, what happened, me as a host. And also would love to see and hear what you guys are interested to discuss in the future. Like really give me some tips about the topics that you guys want to discuss. It really helps me out when I'm thinking about new topics, right? The second one is for TNT's website, and the third one is for this live on YouTube. So if you guys can go there, hit the like button, subscribe at TNT's channel, would mean a lot for us, okay? And that's all. Thank you so much for coming. Have a great day. Have a great rest of the week. Have a happy Easter, right? At the Sunday. And see you guys next Wednesday, 9 a.m.